Let me see if y'all gave me any donations. Let me see.
Peace. Let me get Umar off the screen right quick. Shout out to the good brother.
Somebody better get on their cash app.
I'm gonna let that play. I'm gonna let the Umar play, man, before we get into the serious topic.
Cash.me/$FDMG school. I better get some donations. I'm about to hang up.
All right, so that was Umar. Peace. I am Philip Roundtree, and you are tuned into the May 7th edition of Rhetorically Speaking. Shout out to the people who are watching on Facebook Live. Shout out to the people who are watching on YouTube Live. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I know you know. I officially got 300 subscribers. Salute the one person that want to subscribe to this channel. I'm sure that it's a bot, and they probably from like Russia or Nigeria. Shout out to my Nigerian people who are watching. Especially the ones that be doing their thing on 90 Day Fiance. I see y'all, right? And I salute y'all. Got to get here by any means necessary. So, I mean, I know you saw the Umar pop up. Listen, I'm getting used to this new computer. It's kind of different, man. I had a MacBook for a minute. I wasn't feeling it, so now I got this gaming laptop. It's like 8 times the size of like a regular laptop, man. It's wild out here in these streets. So I'm just getting used to it. So bear with me. So today on the show, we're going to have some conversation. Of course, I want you all to chime in. I want you to let me know your thoughts on these conversations that's going down. For the most part, they're kind of lighthearted. Maybe not this first one that I'm going to talk about. Just because I can see how people are making jokes about it, and because that's what we do, right? We make jokes about things that truly matter. But, I want to take a more of a serious look at it, because it's something, and it's a conversation that's not really had in society, right? I understand we live in a patriarchy, blah, 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 blah. I know you hear me say it all the time, but I want to emphasize that men are survivors too, right? So men are survivors too. So if you've been under a rock, and or maybe you just been off the internet, which I applaud you, salute to you. You saw that something went down with NFL football player Earl Thomas. Apparently it happened almost, May? About a month ago, but everything came to light within the last 24 hours. Again, thanks to TMZ, right? TMZ has, they have it all. Whatever you need to know, they got it. That's just how they roll. And so they unearthed this story by going into court documents and all of the above. They probably got a tip or something from somebody. But what the headline said was, NFL player confronted by a wife with loaded gun for cheating. And so I'm not the only one like, whoa, wait, what? What? Like who is it? Turns out is Super Bowl champion Baltimore Raven, shout out to B King, Earl Thomas. Right? Earl Thomas. And the story is wild when you sit and read the story. Just because you think that it's something that plays out on a TV show like Fatal Attraction or something like First 48, that you see the aftermath of it taking place. And so when I read the story, I was just like, yo, this is bananas. So I'm gonna let y'all in on what took place. So apparently on April 13th, there was an altercation between Baltimore Ravens player Earl Thomas and his wife Nina Thomas and several other people. And so he was at his crib, they was at a home in Austin, Texas, in the wee hours of the morning, 3:41 a.m. And they said that it was a black female wearing an orange sweater with a knife in her hand. And she was chasing Earl Thomas around the vehicle, who had a pistol in his hand. So once the cops get there, first off, they lucky they made it out. They lucky that they got a story to tell, even though it's a wild story. And so they both got down on the ground. They both were taken into custody. And then the story finally came out when they were talking to the detectives. So apparently Earl's brother Seth picked them up so they could go out. And she like, hold up. You know what I mean? Let me see where he at. So she logged in his Snapchat account. First, that's a violation. That's a violation in my eyes. And I'm not going to justify his behavior going forward, but that's a violation, man. There has to be some type of boundary, some type of privacy that exists. I understand that you're my partner. I understand that we're married, but there still has to be boundaries, because when you pick up that phone and you go look for something, it's a possibility you're going to find it. And then if you don't find it, then what? What if you find nothing? But apparently she found a video with him and another woman. So she used his Snapchat to find his location and went to the Airbnb where he was at. But before she went, she said, "Oh, like women do, so I've heard." She hit her homegirls up like, "Yo, we out." And we know how some women are. You don't even gotta say what the situation is. "Yo, we out?" "All right, we out." And so before she left out, she grabbed Earl 9mm gun. And she went to the place. And so when she walks in, and when they all walk in, she finds Earl, another woman, and his brother Seth in the bed all naked. And so she pulls out the hammer and she puts it to his head. She says that she took the clip out, but it was still one in the chamber and she didn't know. So she's saying she trying to scare him. She has the gun out, waving it around, saying she gonna have to I got something for all y'all hoes. Her friends, instead of being true friends and saying, "Yo, it ain't even worth it. Just leave him, girl. It ain't worth it." Nah, they got the knife out. It's whatever. And so it goes on to say that Nina was arrested. Her friends was arrested. Nina was booked on charges of burglary of a residence with intent to commit aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and family violence. Subsequently, she was bonded out. I wonder by whom. And so my initial thoughts when seeing this story, I saw the comments before I even saw, really got my thoughts together. And the comments were like, "He shouldn't be cheating. Go ahead, girl. That's what guys get for cheating." And I'm like, wait, what? What? That's what guys get for cheating? So you're trying to tell me that him cheating justifies her having a loaded gun and pointing it to his face? Because the antecedent was cheating, he deserved that. Those women deserved that. His brother deserved to be having a gun pointed at him. What if the gun went off? What if her dumb self, because I want to say more, what if she squeezed the trigger just to scare him, not knowing that it was a bullet in the chamber? We'll be saying, "God bless the dead, Earl Thomas," or somebody else that was present. We saw that go down with Steve McNair, where his mistress killed him. Right? And so I'm like, this double standard that exists when it comes to domestically violent situations. Listen, I understand that there are a lot more women survivors than there are men. So the data says. Right? But we also recognize that men underreport. That we underreport domestically violent situations. It says 1 in 4 men have experienced intimate partner violence. 1 in 25 men have been injured by intimate partner violence. Listen, I've been stabbed. I can attest to it. I was stabbed for cheating. And I had that same mentality. I didn't view myself as a survivor. I still don't, if we keep it real. But my cheating didn't justify being assaulted in any way, right? But according to a lot of people out here, he shouldn't have been cheating. But let's think about if the roles were reversed, right? Let's think about when we talk about the idea of what a survivor is. There are terms such as victim blaming, right? Sis, you shouldn't have wore that short skirt, because then you wouldn't have got raped. Sis, you shouldn't have been talking to those men, because he wouldn't have punched you in your face. Think about it. Kind of nasty, right? Yo, you shouldn't have been knocking on that house, or you shouldn't have been looking through that house window, because then you appear like you're a burglar. And then we have two rednecks chase you down, stalk you, and kill you. Rest in peace, Ahmaud Arbery. Think about this. When it comes to certain situations, right, such as domestic violence, we recognize that things that happen to men aren't going to be highlighted. And what further perpetuates this, though? What further perpetuates this? I'm going to show you what perpetuates it.
So my agent just hit me and said that I'm going to be on TMZ tomorrow from an altercation that happened with me and Nina. So just wanted to get ahead of it. And I mean, it's really not anybody's business. It's pissing me off that it got out, but it's the world we live in today. But instead of talking about us, just keep us in y'all prayers. And stuff like this happens, bro. You know, we try to live the best lives we possibly can, but sometimes it don't go as planned. Just pray for us, you know, as we go through this stuff. You know, we're back talking. You know, I'm seeing my kids. So just keep us in your prayers.
Word. Things like this happen? This is what goes down in relationships. No, this is what goes down in toxic, unhealthy relationships. Shout out to those who are watching on Instagram Live. Make sure you go to YouTube or Facebook. This is what happens in toxic, unhealthy relationships. This is what happens when societal conditioning says that men can't be survivors of domestic violence, of sexual abuse. That we can't experience these things. You got the big, strong football player. We see his traps. We see his locks. He's supposed to be able to defend himself. He wasn't at danger. Tell that to the 1 in 24 men who bravely admit to being survivors of intimate partner violence. You know, I look around, I was just having a back and forth with a sister because her concern was, oh, him and his brother were involved in a group orgy and they both were naked. Oh, word. Word? That's what you see. I mean, I get it. If you a content creator, that low-hanging fruit is right there for you. You go scoop it up. No pun intended. But when you take a step back and you recognize what this truly is and you call it for what it is, that this is intimate partner violence, it should not be accepted. It was accepted for Ray Rice society-wise. No jail time. He got blackballed from his gig. So I wonder what's going to happen here. We recognize that this is high profile. But for me, it's concerning. For me, it's concerning to hear his response. Because he doesn't see himself worthy of being protected physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Listen, we can address the cheating at another time, man. Let's not conflate issues. No, it's not apples to apples. I read earlier from a homie. He was like, yo, guys need to vet who they're dating a little bit better. And that's a possibility. She could have showed these signs, because we know that domestic abusers showed themselves at some point. We try to ignore it. Evening, Leslie. Shout out to my mama. We know that at times there are signs by perpetrators of domestic abuse. They're yellers, screamers. They get physical. You see how they're treating others. Forget how good the sex is. Forget that they pay the bills. Forget that they have status. That's who they are. And then some people reach a tipping point. Some people reach a tipping point. They've endured for so long, and then they lash out. It still doesn't justify it, still doesn't excuse it. Her poor coping could have cost that man his life. Because he had sex with somebody else. He broke his vows. Yeah, it just don't add up. Because you have the option to leave. Now, listen, I'm not minimizing how difficult it is for a survivor of any type of intimate partner abuses to leave. I'm not minimizing that at all. But it's an option that's on the table. Who are her friends? I don't want my friends to ride with me when I'm about to do something dumb. This happened in Texas. I watched enough First 48. Let that gun go off. Let Earl or anybody else in there be killed. They all facing capital murder. Because they all got in that car. But he shouldn't have been cheating, right? You know, I don't know when they got together. But I know I'm a fan of this idea and this narrative that we continue to push. This soulmate. Let me find my one partner in my early 20s and my late 20s and let us be together forever. Not having any life experience. Kanye said it best. Love was cursed by monogamy. It's not for everybody. And so, yeah, if that's how he giving it up, and he's not trying to adhere to his vows, then say that. Peace to you, brother. Then say that. Have the courage to say, yo, this is the life that I would like. Either you're going to be down with it or you're not. Because if she's not down with it, it's going to be 100 other women who are. It's going to be 100 other women who are. But again, we continue to push this narrative. Oh, you know, we need our life partner, our soulmate. We got to meet him young. I'm sick of being alone in my 20s, in my early 30s. Listen, we all want companionship, but at what cost? So you can be out here wilding in these streets with a 9mm with your homegirls, running it up on your husband who having an orgy? I'm cool. I'd rather be alone. I'd rather buy my time. But again, you have to have that knowledge of self. You got to have that knowledge of self. And what's going to happen is this ain't going to change. Let's keep it real. You think he gonna stop cheating? Or he gonna be smart enough to change his Snapchat password? Get his privacy measures all together. I say it's gonna be the latter. And if she shows she's capable of this, whoo, man. I don't want him to be the one of 24. I don't want her to be another woman in jail because she couldn't control her emotions. She didn't know how to navigate the discomfort that comes with unhealthy behaviors that he exhibited. You just gotta want more for yourself at the end of the day, man. But again, he got millions of dollars. He's not going to view himself as a victim or a survivor. He's going to look at himself as, I was the one that did wrong. And they're going to stay together for the kids. Because we love each other. And they very well might. But again, once you pull out the burner on me, I gotta go. I don't want to leave, but I gotta go right now. You know what I mean? Like, hit him with the Trey Songz. I gotta be out of here. Because this is about my wellness. This is about my well-being. I ain't even show her pic. Her pic need to be out here. She look like she mean business. And so that's just what it is. Peace, Will. And so listen, if you are in a domestically violent situation and you have access to your phone, hit Google. Hit Google. Domestic violence help. You're going to get a whole bunch of resources. A whole bunch of resources. Leslie says, yes, that part, or fear. Oh, yes, that part. All right, I got you. Or fear about not wanting to be alone has too much power. We have to learn how to be still and satisfied with our choices. I was talking about it earlier with the brothers I was rapping with. We don't know who we are. We're not comfortable being by ourselves. Let our phone break and see how fast we run into T-Mobile. We not just be like, oh man, that's messed up. We're not going to know what to do because we're not comfortable in being by ourselves and being in our own skin. Hence the reason why we need therapy. We need to put our phone downs. The good brother says he and his wife are in a responsible open marriage. I get it. I was in an open relationship for about 3 days. And now I'm not anymore. You know what I mean? We say that for another podcast. Another Rhetorically Speaking, part 2 of the joint that I did with my partner. But again, when we're talking about domestic violence, man, it ain't no games. It's not fun. And so I wish them the best, man. Because what's happening is their kids are seeing it. And I wouldn't be surprised if they've watched domestic violence, because that's typically how it is. It's a cycle. It's a continuous cycle. And so I wish them the best. I wish them the best. So shifting gears, right? Shifting gears. And I wasn't sure what the second story was going to be. But this one is a little more, it's still serious, but a little lighthearted. I told you I'm new to this whole Windows thing, so I can't even switch my topics up, so it's still going to say the same thing. But I'm going to tell you what's going down. Brett Favre stole welfare money. Yes. Hall of Famer, former NFL quarterback, Green Bay Packer, Brett Favre stole welfare money from the state of Mississippi. Wow, right? Wow. So I'm gonna get in. Let me throw his face up there because he do got if you peep him, if you peep them, isn't that I steal welfare money? Now listen, I'm not going to confirm or deny that I've purchased food stamps before from somebody. I'm not going to say what her name is, but listen, sometimes you need that. And we know, selling food stamps, the prices went up. It used to be $200. You get $100. You get $200 for $100. Now they done upped it to about $140 for $200. But again, beggars can't be choosy, right? But yes, Mr. Brett Favre got $1.1 million worth of welfare money, and he received that for multiple speeches he did not show up to or deliver. And so pretty much what happened was that the state of Mississippi was doing an audit on this community education center that was a nonprofit group whose leader was indicted in a welfare embezzlement scheme, right? And as they starting to look, they see that, Brett Favre was paid $1.1 million to do some charitable work, and he never did it. And so the money came through the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families program. And so I laugh because for me that's just wild. So, and I'm not going to even say to his credit, he's paid back $500,000. Because dog, we talking about Brett Favre. He has at least $50 million in the bank. He could have easily gave that $1.1 million back and say, yo, my bad, here. He's repaying $600,000 over the next few months in installments. The multi-millionaire, but we know this is how they do. And what did they do? The state of Mississippi, the red state that it is. We want to applaud Mr. Favre for his good faith effort to make this right and make the taxpayers and Tanner families whole. Wait, what? Excuse me? Good job. Now listen, I'm a speaker, right? And so I haven't to date made $500,000 total, let alone in one sitting. But I do know that if I magically give $500,000 in my account, I'm gonna ask somebody, yo, where does bread come from? Yo, where did $600K come from? I'm doing that now. Yo, where does $500 come from? Somebody, who named on this check? Or if it was direct deposited, man, let me go see. Because I know they're going to write this off. Because you don't want to be audited like me. Hey, man, it's the game. But the fact of the matter is, he didn't say, yo, I got an extra 1.1 mil and I ain't do nothing to earn it. And so that's where it comes across kind of shady. And so he goes on his Facebook post and says he didn't know the payments he received came from welfare funds. Dog, you ain't asked the question. Yo, where that money come from? Unless you that wealthy that you just got money being deposited in banks. Distinct possibility. But nobody said, yo, Brett, you want to do this speech? We're going to pay you $500,000. Oh, yeah, I'll do it. And then you never did it. I know you got to have a money man. Your money man, they say, yo, you got this $500,000 from this. And he ain't nothing? I'm not going to call it white privilege. Because I'm sure Kanye, somebody could get away with this. This is just wealthy privilege. Shit, y'all be on my head when I try to steal from the bank on Monopoly. I don't feel comfortable when I get that bank error in your favor. Here, $50. I need to see the card. Show me the card. Let me inspect it. All right, now give me my $50. I don't want it in a $50 bill. Give it to me in small bills. But again, that's just me. So Favre went on to say, listen, I've donated millions of dollars through my foundation. I've donated nearly $10 million to underserved, underprivileged children, which we know is a tax write-off. And what does that have to do with the 1.1 mil that they saying that you got for free? I don't care about you could donate 100 mil. Mr. Favre, we talking about this 1 mil right here, brother. I don't want to hear the 10 million. Good job. You want to clap? Good job. But we want to know about this 1.1 mil. And so with that, I'm just sitting there like, yo, again, must be nice. Must be nice for things like this to happen. I'm trying to get to that level. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not trying to take no welfare money. But I do make these colleges and universities pay like they weigh. I got student loans. I know what y'all worth out there. And so maybe with that, I guess I empathize. Because if I can get a couple dollars from them and I ain't got to speak, but cool. But I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't know what's going on. You just can't be that plumb dumb. But again, it is Mississippi. And listen. I ain't gonna say it. I might want to go to Mississippi at some point in my life. And I don't need them to say, Phil, you called us dumb. I mean, Mississippi might not be Florida dumb. Now, I could call Florida dumb. Mississippi might not be Texas dumb. I could call Texas dumb. Because they just... And I think Georgia is about to get added to that list of dumb states. So far, give that bread back, brother. And the reason why I say Georgia's about to get added to that dumb list, I mean, they already opened up early, opened up all the salons and barbershops and golf resorts. They opened up everywhere in the midst of COVID. But last week they announced that, no more driver's tests. Listen, we stopping that right now. No more driver's tests. We giving everybody licenses. Wait, what? Y'all getting everybody licenses? And so, yes, they gave everybody licenses. Nearly 20,000 teens in Georgia have received their driver's license without taking a driver's test. It's official. I'm adding Georgia to the list. Like, what? And before I get into my rant on that, Wisconsin going to do the same thing starting Monday. Now, I get it. A driver's test isn't indicative that you can drive or not. But I feel like it's just the rites of passage. Because think about it. I know here in Philly, I went to the spot on Levick, and I just had to drive around the block in Parallel Park after I took the written portion. Was it nonsense? Yes. But you got to feel all the nerves, all the anxiety. It's a rites of passage. You need to have those sorts like, because I don't know the last time I had both hands on the wheel. You're lucky if I get one, because sometimes I'm just driving with my legs. I know my mama watching. Don't call me after this, mama. But you need to look at the guy next to you with the stoic face. Then he writes something. Like, damn, what did he write? All right, make sure I'm going 25. Cars beeping a horn. Because nobody really drives 25 in real life. and then the parallel park, because you know you only get 3 reverses, so turn the music down. Like said the entertainer, then you got to hit it again, and then hope you get in. And then, oh, I passed. And then go drive recklessly for the rest of your life. Like, I mean, I guess I'm not really mad these 20,000 teens getting their driver's license. Because we're going to be scared regardless, right? Like that little white girl that's on the screen right now. Oh, excuse me, I don't want to judge. That white person, right? She might be she might be non-binary. But that white person on the screen that is a teen, I am scared of being next to them on the road. I'm afraid of all teens being next to me on the road. Teens can't drive. If you were fortunate enough to be a teenager, you couldn't drive. You knew you couldn't drive. My mom was too scared to go with me. And she still let me drive my little 94 Ford Escort without the license, just around the block, go to the homie's crib. What I do, make that right turn. Boom. Hit the fire hydrant. And what's funny is that happened after I got my license. Before that, I was cool. No issues. But think about it. We don't want a teen driving at any point. Especially now, because the difference is they got cell phones. They got Sirius radio. Before that, it had 3 stations. I had a CD player, and whoever sat in the passenger seat, they get the tape, put the tape in the tape deck, get the CD out. Might be a DJ Clue. Turn the corny speakers up and blast it. But now they got texting and driving. And so some of them could barely chew gum and walk at the same time. Isaiah's learning. Godspeed. Godspeed. So think about it, man. I'm just glad we're not doing that here. I've been to Atlanta several times. The traffic is dumb. It's dumb in down there. Now you got 20,000 new teens just out here in the streets. Man, you tripping. You tripping. I hope they got a starter car. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, that's all I got for y'all. That's all I got for y'all tonight. Again, shout out to those who are watching on Facebook Live. My mom says she's still scared to ride with me. You ain't got to ride with me, mama. You cool. You be cool like you be cool. But this is all I got for y'all tonight, man. Listen, I appreciate you all for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube, Quantify LLC. I'm selling merch, 36% off on my website, quantifyllc.net. We're talking about t-shirts, we're talking about hoodies, we're talking about hats, all of that good jazz. That's all on sale right now. It's all month long because it is Mental Health Awareness Month. And so, anything we could do and I can do to reduce the stigma of mental health. So, we got the good hoodie on sale. This is what depression looks like. This is what anxiety looks like. I even got, the one joint, God, COVID, coronavirus, and all that. With that, it's kind of nice. So quantifyllc.net/shop. We'll be back on Monday with the hashtag You Good Man brothers who are coming on. I have no idea what we're going to be talking about, but as you know, we always make it happen. Go watch some of these old episodes. Until next time, America. Wait, let me drop this Umar for y'all one more time. Get him, Umar. Listen, I'm giving y'all some jams.
I'm giving y'all all my wisdom, but where the donations?
That's the Cash App, Quantify LLC.
To the school was Richard Harris. Somebody better get on their Cash App.
I'm gonna get the other joint. Real quick. I'm gonna get the other joint where Umar is saying somebody sent him about $15, and he says like, "Thank you, Sister Cheryl. You could have sent 20, but thank you for the 15." Wild to me. At some point, I'm gonna have a conversation about Umar and why there are things about him that, I admire, even though he's off his rocker, right? He's off his rocker. He's so completely self-absorbed, and some of y'all might call it narcissistic, but yeah, I'm gonna have that conversation one day. We might have a little round table on Umar. Maybe I can get Umar on here himself so he can explain just the nonsense that he's always spewing. Well, 99.9% of the time. So again, I appreciate you all. Hit the Cash App, Quantify LLC. Peace.